That's your boy Gooch.
That's the homie keys.
Jayden.
Our special guest, Jayden. Gooch, pay the bills.
We appreciate all you check out this content, whether religiously or in passing. We appreciate Jayden swinging through, hollering with us. Make sure you check out the RGR store. Pick up something from there. Go follow all the other streams on Monday. Chief in the North on Thursday. Dan has some things going on during the week. And Ryan is live on Sunday, which is a new little spin to our little channel here. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this walk with us.
I got a couple fastballs for you guys. So, which rookie is most likely to break out for the Chiefs? Do you have Sky Moore or would it be Justin Ross?
Gooch, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I missed it. Hit me with it again.
Which rookie is most likely to break out for the Chiefs, Justin Ross or Sky Moore?
Go ahead and hit that one, Keith.
All right. Well, based on
Ross?
Ross.
Yeah, Sky Moore or Justin Ross.
No, I got my answer for that one. Okay.
I'm gonna go Sky Moore, and I'm gonna go Sky Moore for a few reasons here, maybe more. I'm making this up as I go. One, he was a second round draft pick versus a UDFA, and so while I know his freshman season for Ross was amazing, and I know that Ryan and Dan talked about Ross's freshman season being better than anything Sky Moore has done. He still had the injury, so he's going to have to prove that. And I think they're going to be more cautious with that if he makes the team. And we don't even know that he's going to make the team. We know Sky is going to make the team because he's a second round pick. They have that invested in him. And, as we were joking before about John Baldwin, as a first round pick, or even talking about CEH, first, second round picks, I mean, that matters. And so we expect we're going to see Sky Moore on the field simply because of where he was drafted. And the other thing is, he's a good route runner. He had the biggest hands in the combine, or in the class that were measured anyway. And hands was an issue on the receiving core last year. And so for me, I think all those things point towards Sky, and probably away from Ross. And that's not to say that Ross could never get back to where he was his freshman year. I just think that, one, he's got to make the team. Two, he's got to stay healthy. And then, it's probably going to be a year or two on top of that, and it's really probably going to be a year before Sky makes his biggest impact. Chiefs receivers are always going to have a hard time when they come into the system, especially as rookies, and so I'm not saying that either one of them is going to get big things, but I would go Sky at this point over Ross for this season.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm going to go Sky for one reason only. Justin Ross is going to be on IR. Every year, my Kansas City Chiefs, my beloved Kansas City Chiefs, have that one player that they absolutely love that may not make the team if they were doing it like legit. Like legit, have so much talent that this one guy maybe a half a step slow or just may need time, but if you try to put him out there, somebody might snatch him. I think that's Ross. So I think that's why you haven't seen him. You didn't see him at the mandatory mini camp. That's why I don't think you're going to see him in preseason. I think one of these coming weeks, it's going to be injured reserve, designation or whatever, and he's going to be out. They're going to give him time to come back fully healed, learn the playbook, because if you want my honest opinion, I don't think Hardman's there next year. I think the goal is to push Hardman but I don't think Andy's comfortable with him being one of the top two options, which, based on his experience, he would be. I mean, Juju's here for a year and gone. MVS is probably here for 2. But already, they are basically better than McCole. So McCole lost Tyreek, the guy that run backwards that I hate.
D-Rob.
Sammy's gone. You know, McCole should have been number 1 out the gate. He's not. So I think this is his last year. He's going to get some yards. He's going to get a fat contract from somebody who looks at his speed and goes, hey, we want that. And then Ross will step
Jags.
in. Yeah. You know. So I think Sky Moore, you want me to stick a number on it?
Yes, sir.
40 catches, 500 yards.
Yeah, I have him about 450 yards, maybe 4 touchdowns, something like that. But yeah, I mean, I want to say Justin Ross because of that potential, but I think Sky Moore is going to be a good player, quick off the ball. You know, I think he'll be a good receiver. I don't know if he'll be anywhere close to 800, 900 yards, anything crazy like that. But I think he'll be a good guy, you know, when you need a quick first down. To, you know, just get open over the middle, that type of wide receiver. So, you know, as much as I would love to just say Justin Ross is because the hype and, you know, the talk and all that, but I think you got to go Justin Ross.
I also think that people got it wrong. I think people look at Sky Moore as the pseudo Tyreek replacement, and I think Sky Moore is Julian Edelman. And if Ross is healthy, Ross is the Tyreek replacement. And if you want my honest to God opinion, because if you look at Sky Moore and look at Edelman, short guys, great over the middle, good hands, if not great hands, always where they're supposed to be, really good route runners. It sounds like your slot guy, your trusted guy. You know what I'm saying? And Ross, if healthy, is the guy that takes the top off the defense.
Yeah, and Julian Edelman, I think, is going Sky Moore is going to be Patrick Mahomes, Julian Edelman. I think that's going to be his career with the Chiefs. I think he's going to be that guy when he needs that guy to just pick up a first down or just be that just quick pass, that low type of pass towards the ground, just with great hands to go get that pass. I think that's what Sky Moore is going to be for this offense. I don't think he'll ever be just a clear-cut number 1 guy, but he'll be great at times. You know, he'll have those flashes, but I think he's going to be that Julian Edelman for Patrick Mahomes.
And before you jump on me in the comments and say he's got Travis Kelce is 30 plus. If we can avoid more hits on him, the longer his career gets.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, Travis is obviously going to be his number 1 option, but how many more hits do you think he's going to be able to take over a full season? You need to start finding other people so people stop keying on Travis. Because in reality, football is a violent game. And if I know you're kicking my behind, I'm going to try and hit you hard. You know what I'm saying? Even if I think the ball is coming your way, I'm going to lay into you. You know what I'm saying? If I take away your option, what else do you got? So I think Sky Moore becomes Edelman and Kelce becomes more like Gronk. Maybe not in the blocking aspect, but like you've got to fear him was on the field. If you need the big play, Bills game last year, Chargers game last year, he can still sneak out and beat you, but you find somebody else young to take those hits, to be that unafraid guy to go over the middle and get those tough catches and take it easy on Kelce as he's getting on in years.
I think Juju's gonna give him the ability to rest Travis a bit, and I would throw out there, Gooch, as far as taking the top off. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna say that MVS is gonna be the guy who gets a lot of our explosive plays. And I know I've mentioned this stat in multiple places now, but The stat was out there that since 2018, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill was the number one combination in most receptions of 40 plus yards, and they've had 19 of those, 2018, 19, 2020, 2021. Second place was Aaron Rodgers and MVS. So, even with all of his drops, right? If he hadn't had as many drops over those years, and he was a lot better last year, but if you start, you take that into account, they could have been number one. And I'm expecting MVS to actually come in and, just continue that with Patrick over Aaron. But I do want to ask you one question about Ross, because, and I'm not saying you're wrong here in your IR theory, but they gave Ross a 3-year contract, and it seems weird that you would do that for a player that you want to be your IR stash for the year.
Well, see, the thing, and this is where my thinking goes. It's really not much the first year. So you're willing to swallow that. It's like with what I do and what I tell the gentlemen that I work for. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money. You know what I'm saying? And if you can pay this guy, have him under contract, know he's not going anywhere, and it's not really going to hurt you the first year, why not stash him? Give him a chance to learn. Give him a chance to watch these pros. Juju, for all Juju TikTok stuff, the one thing you haven't heard about Juju is that he doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever said he doesn't work. All they all said is, oh, he's on TikTok and he's playful, but he puts in the work. MVS, his hands actually do scare me. Because, yeah, him and Aaron were second in deep balls, but when it came time to make easy catches, I don't know where his mind went, but he was dropping easy passes.
We got receivers for those catches.
But I that's what I would do. That's what I would do. If Jayden was a receiver on my team, and I knew what I saw freshman, and I knew that sophomore and junior, he had freak injuries, because these injuries that this kid got are freak injuries. And doctors cleared him, and my staff, who is probably the best in football, said, hey, shouldn't be a problem drafting this kid. He might need another 6 months to heal or whatever. Okay, fine. Here's your contract. You're not going to play next year. All I want you to do is rehab, get better, study this playbook. And then next year, you know what I'm saying? I'd take a $700,000 hit for that.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a hit, because I don't think any of it's actually guaranteed. But part of this, I think, is going to depend. I can't remember what Chris Clark was talking about. If the player, I think he said something like, if the player is on the field at all during the off season for any of the off season activities, then in order to go onto IR, you have to be waived and make it through waivers, and then go on IR or something like that. And I'm not 100% certain, so I'm not going to get into it. But if that were the case, then I would disagree. If they can put him on IR without having to waive him, that keeps his contract intact. Whereas if they have to waive him, then your 3-year contract is gone, and I'm really confused at what sense that would make. But
yeah, no guaranteed money. 705,000 base salary this year. 2.56 million total.
Yeah, I think it's just about the whole length of the contract. You're signing him because you want to get him cheap for those 3 years, and so as long as that contract is intact, I think it makes sense. If you get cut, though.
Also, too, it's super smart because you get him cheap for those 3 years. Contract comes up, he's not asking for $30 million like Tyreek. So then you get him on a mid-level, say $15 million. You know what I'm saying, for $12 million for 5 years or whatever. If he's proven that he's all right, now you've got him for 8 years locked in, or 7 playable years. really, really cheap. So then when the third contract comes and he wants 30, thanks, Justin.
So what do you got for us, Jayden?
All right, so the next question I got for you guys is, I asked Stevie this question. I'm going to ask Gooch this question. Who is your favorite Chief of all time, and who is your least favorite Chief of all time? And I want nothing but the truth. Let me hear it.
Okay. So my favorite Chief of all time is Derek Thompson because I've met him. Actually got to hang out with him. My aunt was going to marry Neil Smith at one point in time. And so I got to kind of hang out and just kind of be in, got a couple of Derek Thomas signed things too, and stuff like that. So he would have to be my favorite. Plus, I liked how he carried himself on the football field. Kind of a lot like my personality, like real kind of low key when we're talking or whatever like that. But if I'm in the middle of my business, I'm arrogant. I talk a lot of trash. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can tell me that I don't already know. I see you, Keys. My least favorite Chief of all time?
I'm interested in this one. Are you gonna say Sorensen or are you gonna say Frank Clark? Or am I completely off here? Which one? I'm really intrigued.
There's actually kind of a toss-up. My least, man,
Least favorite.
I've got so many.
You think about it. I'll give my favorite, and
Okay.
I don't know that I can give my favorite because it's like, man, Liz tried to tell me if I had a gun to my head and I had to choose somebody. You know, I mean, obviously it's really fun to watch Pat, but Derek Thomas was the first player that I saw that I fell in love with. Watching him play and was just amazing. So I think he'll always be the favorite. But again, like it's still fun to watch. To watch Mahomes do amazing Mahomes things. It was absolutely amazing to watch Jamal Charles to just run away from everybody and make them look like they were in slow motion as he was like the road runner. I mean, these are the guys that stick out to me. And I know there's more Chiefs player. DJ was fun to watch. Holly, for most of his career was fun to watch. Jared Allen was fun to watch. All these guys, and I can name fullbacks, and I know Ryan would like that. I enjoyed Tony Richardson and Kim Landers. I forgot about him, but yeah, and we had on Aaron's Modfather's meetups, I think we had a Mike Cox reference, and so we've hit all those fullbacks there, and I didn't even mention Priest or Dante Hall, right? These are all guys that were like very dynamic and fun to watch, but I think I'd still have to put Derek at the top, but I mean these guys were all guys who deserve to be honorable mentions. So
you're forgetting Tony.
Right. Tony, I didn't say Travis.
To Mark Vanover was Tyreek Hill before Tyreek Hill.
True.
Like those guys were all like I'm gonna be one of those rare guys. I like Nick Lowry because he was automatic basically when he got on the field. My least favorite Chief is actually a tie, but if you know what, it's not. My least favorite Chief is Elvis Gerback. Well, see, and I say it's a tie because there was Tyler Thigpen, there was Brody Croyle, there was a lot of very bad Tony Moyaki, and the only reason why I didn't like him is because it seemed like every time he touched the ball, he got hurt. He should have been Kelsey before Kelsey. Elvis Gerback simply because, and I blame, who was the dadgum coach that year?
Gunther Cunningham?
Gunther is the reason why I hate Elvis Gerback, because Elvis Gerback got hurt. Rich Gannon brought us into a 13-3 record, home field throughout the playoffs. And then in the playoff game, Gunther puts Gerback in to play the game instead of riding with Rich Gannon, who got us there.
Which feels very Steve Spagnolio-ian.
And then, of course, after that, Gannon goes to the Raiders, wins the Super Bowl.
Right.
So Elvis Gerback would have to be that, not because he was terrible, but because somehow he made coaches believe, after not playing for 14 weeks, that he was the best option, which nobody on the team agreed with. A lot of people don't realize this. I'm going to give y'all some insider baseball. When they told the team that Elvis Gerback was going to be starting that playoff game, nobody on the team wanted him to start because Rich had gotten him there. And they didn't think that was right. Which also could have played a part in the loss, too, by the way. Just a little inside stuff for y'all. So, yeah, there's mine. One of many. Lynn Elliott, Tony Moyaki. I could go on and on.
There will be no Iowa Hawkeye tight end slander on this show.
Tony Moyaki, when he had that one-hand catch versus the 49ers,
that was amazing.
He's got to go lower on the list just for that one catch.
Well, he is low on the list, but it's still, I guess I couldn't say hated.
Injuries happen. Like, he had a bright future with the team. I remember we were going to be able to forget about Tony Gonzalez. There wasn't going to be a bunch of heartache with Tony gone, and then Tony got hurt. So then, there was. I guess if I want to be controversial, I'll throw this one in. Let me finish my sentence here when I say this. Harrison Butker kicking PATs.
For that short period of time, absolutely. That was bad. But Harrison Butker, besides Justin Tucker, in my opinion, is the best kicker.
I said kicking PATs, and part of that is I've been editing the Super Bowl 54 video I've been working on now for a year. And I was going back, and so I've been rewatching this game, and I forgot that he was missing extra points all the way back then. He missed extra points all the way back in Super Bowl 54. It's not like it's a one-year thing. It's been an issue that's been going on for a couple of years now, and I don't understand why they can't get it figured out. And I know Dan doesn't care, but
or why they didn't
extra
re-sign
points do matter.
Santos.
I don't have a problem with that. We brought a lot of kickers into the league. Lawrence Tynes, Cairo Santos.
Yeah.
Giants
legend.
I can't think of the other guy.
Kareem?
Yes, that's it.
Hey, Kareem, I don't know if you watch this or if you glance at RGR. You are a gift that keeps on giving, my friend. It will never get old.
All right, I'm going to throw it up here on the screen for us, and we get $10 to put together the best Chiefs offense that we can put together. So this should be interesting, and for those of you guys who are watching live or who catch this video later, go ahead and leave your picks in the comments. So here we go, right over Gooch's face, perfect. Can still see Jayden there, and you can still see me a little bit, but no Gooch, just the way we like it. All right, so we got a $4 column for quarterback is Mahomes, obviously. Running back is Charles. Wide receiver is Hill. And the tight end / wide receiver flex is Travis. $3 is Montana. Holmes, Taylor, and I can't see the bottom. That's Tony, even though I can't see there with... here, let me stop the ticker here for a second. There we go. $2 is Lenny, Christian Okoye, Dwayne Bowe, Dante Hall. A lot of guys we've talked about already in this episode. Then we have $1 Trent Green, Larry Johnson, Sammy Watkins, and Jeremy Macklin. So, Gooch, you told us that this is super easy, so we're going to let you go first.
Nope, I'm gonna let you guys go first because mine is easy.
What, are you afraid we're going to piggyback off of your easy answer?
Nope, you're just gonna be surprised.
Well, I was surprised when you said it was easy. Hey, Gooch, I'm going to throw this out. Speaking of surprises, let me throw this out really quick. Kimball Anders' career stats, he had 2,261 rushing yards and 2,829 receiving yards and 18 touchdowns.
And is it because he just played 10 years for the Chiefs, or what? Like, what? That's crazy.
All I'm trying to say is that Warren Moon is in the Chiefs Hall of Fame and Tony Richardson is not.
Oh, it's definitely a travesty. And Jayden, I'll say this: he didn't really play his first season in Kansas City. He didn't even really play his second season in Kansas City, and his last couple of seasons. Well, I guess that's about average, but yeah. So you almost have to take out the first two seasons.
Hey, do you only have to pick one? Can you only pick one?
Yeah, you get you get $10 to spend.
Oh, yeah, this is easy.
Round one is $10 to spend. Round two is harder than that, though, Gooch. Round one, $10 to spend.
Go ahead. Hit us with it, Jay.
All right. Am I up first?
That's not fair. He should get to go last.
All right, bet. I'll go first.
Okay, I'm going to steal your answer.
$10, right?
$10.
So
you can buy 1 gallon of gas.
Hang on. Where was I at?
Gooch is doing the math in his head.
You ready? Me, Trent Green, Larry Johnson, Christian Okoye. Tony.
No.
You said $10 total.
You can only pick one from each position, though.
Well, then you shouldn't have told me $10 total.
You don't need 2 running backs anyway.
Why not? That's right. Bet. Okay. Montana, Holmes, Watkins, and Kelsey.
That's $11, Gooch.
Well,
I feel like we're on the prices right now.
Tony.
Okay, that's probably just about what I was gonna say. So, let me switch it up then. All right, we've already seen this before, though, so I don't really want to go there. But you know what? I could do Mahomes, Larry Johnson, Ty. No, I'll Sammy and Travis, because we're not going to use a running back in our offense anyway. So, yeah, that's one possibility. I'll go with that.
All right, I'm up.
You're up.
All right, I'm going to go Montana. I'm going to go Larry Johnson. I'll go Bo. And then that just leaves me with one more. And I'll go Macklin.
Oh.
Okay.
So Montana, Larry, Macklin, and Bo.
You know, what about this? Tell me, guys, how much would this screw with defenses? Trent Green, Jamal Charles, Tyreek Hill, and Macklin. You put Charles and Hill on the field at the same time
That would be nasty.
with Trent Green.
That would be scary.
All right, Gooch.
Well, we appreciate all of you who have watched us this far. Whether religiously or in passing, tune us in just to hear me rant, be perfect all the time. We appreciate you. Make sure you go into the RGR store, pick up the All Juice Team shirts, pick up the anything from Ryan. Make sure you tune into the Chief in the North. We appreciate Jayden for being on. Jayden's jerseys, I'm going to push it. Jayden's jerseys. Let's all RGR fam, let's get in there and support one of our own. We appreciate all of you. Make sure you tell somebody you love them, because tomorrow's not promised. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Don't forget to hit the like. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to RGR. You can also come over to Back Talk Bros, Gooch and Aaron and my channel, and check us out over there. And yeah, peace out, guys.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.